And coming to the interview part, you need not be a perfect, perfect fluent speaker. Like you need not have a foreign accent, or you need not use thousand vocabulary words while you speak or anything. Even if you are a really good math student, you might not be able to clear the cutoff of English section.
Hello everyone, welcome to Road to IPM. So today we have Karthik. Karthik cleared IPM Indore this year and he's from Visakhapatnam. He's a national level basketball player and he also scored 93 percentile in JEE mains this year. So welcome Karthik.
Welcome Karthik.
Thank you.
So Karthik, can you tell us how was your preparation strategy for IPM?
Some of my juniors are asking me how to prepare for it, like who were still in 10th class or 11th class, and I for myself started preparation for IPMAT like 3 months before the exam. And IPMAT is a kind of exam that does not require a lot of time to prepare. And if you are preparing from a like 1 year before the exam, I would suggest you that you need not concentrate too much on the exam and spoil your academics, JEE, other competitive exams or IPA exam. You must balance them good. You must balance them. And if you are a math student, then you are lucky, because all the maths topics that you are gonna get in the exam are covered in your 12th or 8th class or 10th class. Because when I mentioned 8th class, you must have come across sums like percentage, simple interest, all those things, right? And those are the main topics that you come across the questions in the exam. And you can, if you want to prepare for the exam from a long stretch, like from 1 year, you need not concentrate on maths at that time. You just need to concentrate on some topics that I was weak in. Like I felt difficulty preparing for IPMAT from 3 months because I did not know good vocabulary. You can concentrate on vocabulary and stuff like idioms and improve your reading skills. For reading skills is the most basic thing that you need in the English section of this exam. And you can sometimes practice a mock, like for 1 month you can write a mock and check your progress in the exam. And for max part, you are gonna cover everything in your syllabus itself for the boards, and you can handle it with it. And when your exam is near, like it's only 2 months or 1 month away, you can start giving mocks more frequently. Like for 1 week you can give 2 mocks or something like that. Try to purchase as many mocks as possible. Don't join in any coaching institutions or something like that, because they tend to give you classes on some basic maths topics which you already know, and they try to stretch the topic too much, and it's a waste of time, I guess. And coming to the if you are a non-math student, try to purchase some good books which explain the topics of 11th and 12th maths in a simple language. I actually purchased stalwart books, and they are pretty much helpful to me, and they have a really simple language in explaining 11th and 12th class maths, and they also did it for the 8th and 10th class topics. And coming to the interview part, you need not be a perfect fluent speaker. Like you need not have a foreign accent, or you need not use thousand vocabulary words while you speak or anything, because they know that you are a intermediate pass student, and you need not be the best student they want, because they have classes like English speaking skills classes in their curriculum themselves. Because if they put some class like that in their curriculum, they need if you are a perfect student, they need not put something like that in their curriculum, right, and waste your time. So you can have some problem in your speech, like you might stutter multiple times, and you need not be the best speaker or best person in, they know that you have some difficulties, and you need not lose your confidence or your cool in the interview because of those drawbacks you have. And try to concentrate more on current affairs and GK stuff, because that's the hardest part I faced. And To IPM guys really helped me out. Like, after my interview, they took like 15 minutes for my feedback, and then they again gave me another 15 minutes to point me out, give me some pointers about where I can start my GK prep and recent affairs, and that really helped me out. And
so
yeah,
Karthik, can you tell us about the mocks which you bought so that future students can also buy those?
Yeah, okay. And I actually forgot this point. And while you buy mocks, don't try to buy only from one source, because mocks from a particular source have a particular kind of questioning pattern. And after 2 or 3 mocks, you will get used to that pattern and you will score more marks. But while you go to the real examination and you see a different kind of test, then you might face difficulty and you might spoil your exam. Try to buy as many mocks from multiple sources and don't answer all those sources at a stretch. Like, try to mix, jumble those mocks and attempt one mock from one source at a time. Means one mock from first source and then from third source and second source, like that. And this way you can handle any kind of paper in the real exam. And I bought mocks from IPM and some from percentile classes, and I bought 2 books. One is
Disha?
Yeah, Disha, and the other one is really thick one with an orange color strip. I can't remember the name.
Okay, that's okay. And you being a JEE student, I can see that you were really good at math, but then vocab and verbal is where you lacked. So, and we could understand through your answers that you focused more on vocabulary. So, can you tell us what sources did you use to focus on verbal?
Like I have said, I have bought stalwart books, and in them they provided with me a lot of material to solve questions on maths and English, and I used to concentrate a lot on them and solve each and every question about them. And by this way I improved my reading skills and understanding skills and trying to answer them better, because my biggest challenge in the total examination was not even the interview part, it was the clearing the cutoff of my English section. And a lot of people will face the same problem too, because the cutoff for English section was too high, and even if you are a really good maths student, you might not be able to clear the cutoff of English section. That's the reason I am trying to say that don't try to concentrate on this test too much, because you might be a really good JEE student and you might crack some good college there too. But if you spoil your JEE for this exam and you are not able to cross the cutoff in English section and spoil your JEE too, then it's a really waste of 1 year, right? So
yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. Karthik, can you walk us through your IIM Indore interview experience? What happened exactly? What were the questions which are asked to you?
Actually, I have an interview a bit late, so you will be waiting for some 1.5 hours or something like that before your interview starts, and it will be a shock to you that whenever your interview starts suddenly and you need to be prepared for it. Try to greet them first and with a smile, and don't spoil your mood if you are unable to answer any particular question about your academics or HR question. Try to wash it off with a smile and answer freshly the next question. And before my interview, I used to go through all the social medias for the previous interview questions, and it was mentioned in multiple times that they were not asking the basic questions that are tell me about yourself and why IPM. But fortunately for me, they asked both the questions, and I am well prepared for those answers, and I have a really good answer too. And first, they started off with academic questions. They asked me which subject. They usually ask which subject you prefer, like maths, physics, or chemistry from your basic 12th class subjects. But my interviewer selected the subject for me, that is maths. That's another lucky point. And he asked me to select the topics, and I gave him like 2-3 topics. Like, you can select one particular topic, but I gave him 2-3 topics, and he asked me some questions related to some of those topics, like what is a differential equation, and give me an example of differential equation, tell me about mean value theorems, and what do you mean by differentiation in particular, and 2 other questions, I think. And I messed up my first question itself. Give me example of differential equation, but I don't think he mind too much, because you can mess up one or 2 questions. It's not compulsory that you answer every question, because in the heat of the interview you might not even you might not get the answer, and there you might even know the answer, but you might not be able to tell it. And after that, the other interviewer took on, and she asked me questions related to myself, like the HR questions, tell me about yourself and why IPM. And she asked me some basic questions like, do you read? And I said I only read books like novels and story books, not the general stuff that kind of a typical MBA student reads. Then she was like, do you know Rudramedevi or something? I don't remember the name particularly. Then I think she's some author, and she was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. And she was like, you need not know. Don't worry. She, few people might know her and few people might not know her. You need not be worried about this particular question. And she switched on. Like, she was really friendly. And she asked me questions related to my state, like, why did AP and Telangana divide? Do you know the reasons? And she asked me whether if I know who wrote the constitution. I think that's pretty much it. Every question that were from the second interview.
And can you tell us about our IIM Rohtak interview?
I actually messed up my interview of Rohtak. Like, he asked me which subject I'm really good at, and I gave him maths and physics. I could have given him only maths, but that's my greatest mistake, because he asked me like 4 questions from physics and I am not able to answer any one of them. And they did not go about any HR questions. They asked me about the CM of Kerala, the new CM, and Karnataka, and 1 or 2 max questions also. I don't pretty much remember what happened there, but I did not do well, and I'm not even selected for Rohtak. Like, I did not have really good 10th and 12th percentage.
Correct. So we can't predict interviews, right? So sometimes your Indore interview went really well and your Rohtak did not go. So that's absolutely fine. Karthik, can you tell us, one important message which you will tell to aspirants that, you should follow this throughout your preparation? Is there anything you would like to tell them?
You must be consistent about your efforts and try not to waste your time, because you might not have too much work to do on your hands if you are only preparing for IPM near the exam. But due to that, you might laze off and try to slack, and you might lose your serious preparation deal. But you must maintain your consistency and try to push through everything, and you must not take it for granted. You must put consistent effort in it, because I used to laze off a lot and try to skip my work, but I have a supervision from my brother, and he used to push me, and he used to give me some goals and set me some mark to reach before some particular time, and he used to check them, and you need to put them yourself if you don't have anyone who would guide you or something like that. And if you waste your time during your serious prep just before the exam, then it's a waste of time, because you can't crack it if you are not serious. Because you need not be a really intelligent or better student than others to crack it. a really intelligent student who does not put any effort can't crack it, but a student who is below average can also crack it if he puts consistent effort. Because it's a easy exam with easy topics, and normal students can also do better in those topics. They are not testing your intelligence, but your efforts.
I think that is the highlight of this entire interview. You have rightly said that it's not about intelligence, but it's about consistency and hard work. So, thank you so much, Karthik. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, Karthik. And all the best for your future endeavors. And I hope you'll be doing well in IIM Indore as well.
Thank you.